All eyes also on Hurricane Maria. It is lashing the Caribbean islands right now. Category 5. That is the island of Guadeloupe. It hit overnight. It hit hard.
And we know the hurricane already leaving disaster in its path, making landfall as a Category 5 storm.
Take a look at Hurricane Maria from space. This video shows it approaching the island, and now it's heading toward Puerto Rico, where they're warning of catastrophic damage.
Right now you can see us here, guys. We're getting a pounding.
2 days after Hurricane Maria slammed into Puerto Rico, people are still being rescued.
All the trees are down. Look at this. Look at up here. Look at the room up there. They are gone. All the roofs are gone.
All of Puerto Rico is still without power and may have no electricity for months to come.
I was just talking with some of the folks who live here in Old San Juan, and there is growing frustration that they are not getting the help that they need. Basic necessities like food, water, and fuel, they are still severely lacking.
Oh my God! Look at the hotel upstairs smashed up. Oh my God! Look! We stayed in the hotel. Oh God! Boy, oh my God!
Amid this debris and under the cover of darkness, crews work through the night to rescue people who have no way of calling for help because the communication grid is down. And then there are those people still living in their homes, too grateful to complain.
We are a small town. We are really humble people, and we are grateful for the chance we got to live another day.
The thing is that hurricanes in Puerto Rico have a very boy calling wolf relationship. With Maria, I saw the trajectory and I saw that it was coming from below where it usually comes out, and I'm just like, it's gonna hit us. I woke up at around 1 in the morning when the wind started picking up, and I went downstairs and my dad was awake. We looked at each other and we were just like, it's here. They were projecting it to arrive where I was living at 8 a.m., but we started feeling it much before. At 7 in the morning, more or less, it was very early in the morning, I remember that. I went downstairs again, and my brother and my dad were sitting on the couch just staring through the windows, empty. I saw their faces and I was like, okay, this is happening. My mom came downstairs and she took one look outside and I saw her face and I was like, oh my God, she's scared. What does that mean for me? To see her frightened, I was like, okay, let's do this. We went through the hurricane. It was kind of a monotonous, scary day. It was pretty frightening because we had water coming in through the balcony doors. We didn't realize the water was coming in until later. When we noticed, we were like, move, we gotta go, we gotta get the buckets, we gotta get the towels. And we were just like going, putting the towels, taking them out, squeezing, going to the bucket, do it again and again. We were just like kind of taking it, draining it, draining it, all day. At some point we just had to take a break. We were just like, whatever, just let the water come in at some point.
It was hard. You couldn't call anyone from you. I mean, I have family in the States and I couldn't call them like till a week later, and they were so worried because they didn't know in what state we were. They had to close certain hospitals because of the morgues. The bodies were getting
contaminating all the hospitals. Aguadilla, El Buen Samaritano, was one of the hospitals that was actually almost shut down because dead bodies were there so much time that they were contaminating the other patients present. But we also can see the deficiencies that we have as a small island that is still in a transitional phase, that we don't know what is our real political stand. Like, what are we? We don't know what we are. We don't know if we're a state. We don't know what we are. So looking at the deficiencies that we have to reconstruct and how many time it has taken us to really reconstruct is a thing that we've seen the consequences of.
There was also the deficiency that there wasn't enough food at the supermarkets, and if there was, you didn't have cash because you couldn't find anywhere to get cash from it. And even when you found a bank, where you could, you know, get your cash or whatever. You had to do a line for 13 hours just to get some. And they wouldn't guarantee you that you could get a spot that they could attend you.
The process of walking out of your house and actually seeing the destruction helped the community come in together and help each other. Sometimes we live in a community that we don't know our neighbors, or maybe we know them by name, but we actually don't build a complete conversation of how you're feeling today, or do you need something? People actually forgot what is to be aware of the little things that we are usually sad of. Oh, I'm sick because I don't know, I feel bad, or I have a stomach ache. People forgot those little things and started concentrating and working on things that really matter, making lines of 13 hours to get gas, to get food, to get cash.
One of the deans of the colleges who said that, okay, well, we did this for Hurricane Katrina, let's do this for Hurricane Maria.
I'm in this one. Boop. I actually heard about the program through Facebook. In one of those rare moments when I did have internet connection, an old professor of mine had shared it and I saw it and I was like, okay, let's click on it. You're dealing with your mental trauma, you're dealing with physical trauma, you're dealing with physical things that are holding you back from being a complete full-time student that you would normally have. Which is also one of the reasons why a lot of us decided we can't do this. No, not right now.
To invite you to come and sit with these wonderful faculty. We don't beg.
No, they're very awesome people. We have to write more, we have to read more, we have to do more, and that in turn informs us as students.
Like here, like I'm a 24 hours, 7 days student.
It was a very big adjustment for me and a very big adjustment from my other companions. This is
Michelle. Hi.
And
hi, Valeria.
And we're from Puerto Rico. Hey! The way that professors teach here is very different from back home.
To live 24/7 on campus is a transition that we need to adjust to. And having the opportunity to have 62 Puerto Ricans here at Cornell has really helped us to accommodate. We take dinner together, we go to parties together, we sit down and study together. We've really become a UPR Cornell kind of family, and we're really grateful for that. He always answers, I don't know. Ahí está. Hello. Sí, adivina qué. Hoy voy a comer comida puertorriqueña. Sí, mira. Smash it.
Me gustas su cocina, me gusta caminar. Mira, ¿tú tienes a Mónica en Snapchat? Claro. Logo. Yo no le he hecho esta mañana. ¿Tú ves esa barbecue sauce peor?
El barbecue sauce. Barbecue chips.
No. Ah, el sazón. No hay.
¿Tan bueno?
Sí, mira, yo como hasta vieja. Yo tengo hambre y quiero comida bonita. Ay, que me cheque el pollo.
El chicken.
La chicken.
Oh my god, caramel TV.
Friegar. ¿Ah? No importa. Suena estúpido, en verdad.
Es fregar, no es fregar.
Te estás diciendo mal. Ajá, sí, suena. Sí,
¿Tú vas a hacer eso?
I just admire how strong they are. It's really cool to see how like that positive attitude, like they're very critical of what's happened to Puerto Rico and like the plight that Puerto Rico faces.
No, si la comida queda mala, todo el mundo come, todo el mundo.
We've had a major focus on trying to raise awareness towards the second-class treatment that Puerto Rico receives.
We're here. There's a lot of stuff that can still be done. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been done. And we can do it. We're gonna try to kind of bring the country back up again. Unity is something that's very strong right now, and I think that comes from the disaster. Slowly but surely, Puerto Rico will get back up again.
In my house, we didn't get an army box with food. We had to make lines to buy food and eat. And people sometimes don't understand that we are American citizens due to our political status. That's understandable. But besides, US citizens or not, we're still humans.